We are filthy creatures, wicked, immoral, evil, wretched beings, not worthy of any sort of praise, and especially not any salvation. And yet, it is only by the apparent love of Jesus Christ and his sacrifice on the cross that we are allowed to have the salvation that we very much do not deserve. This is a belief espoused by a number of people I know, and many more others I'm sure that I haven't met yet. Not that all Christians believe this, but certainly there's enough of them. Now, whether it's from original sin or not, it's going to vary, but I would really like to ask the Christian audience out there, if this is something you believe, how it makes any sort of sense at all. If I were to throw a helpless child down a well, or let's just say it happened by complete random accident, it was completely out of their control, they did nothing to bring this upon themselves, they were powerless to stop it. And let's say for the Christians out there that you have spoken to God and he tells you specifically just this one time he does not care what you do. It won't matter to him in any way what you do. Are you going to go save this helpless person from the well? Or are you just going to leave them there? Why, if you're going to help them, why are they worthy of being saved in your eyes? You're not perfect, you're not eternally loving, are you? You don't even know this person, let's say. Are you still going to abandon them in the well? Or do you think that they perhaps deserve to be freed from a prison they did not themselves earn? And try to reconcile that with this idea that, according to the Bible, from some perspectives, we are not worthy of salvation. What is it about us that makes us so unworthy? I mean, if you believe in original sin, it wasn't anything that we did. We were created this way. We were created in a state unworthy of being saved. But we were created by God. How can God create something unworthy of his own love that he gives anyway? How do you reconcile this with his supposed perfect nature, loving something that is, by his own very definition, undeserving of this love? Maybe you just say his love is perfect, but this is still going to contradict his overall perfect nature, because he is, in fact, loving something that is undeserving of it. It's a contradiction either way you slice it. The more and more I think about this, the more the contradictions keep piling up. So that's my question to Christians out there, to theists. What is it that we did? What makes us? Why are we so undeserving of this salvation? And how is that reconciled with God's perfect nature that he does it anyway? To me, this makes absolutely no sense at all. Either we did something to deserve it, and you can point to it and say this right here, this is what each individual does, and it's their fault. Even though God created us, we're just so terrible that even though we were perfect, we screwed ourselves up. It doesn't make any sense. These are words that you've read in a book. These are beliefs espoused by your pastor, but if you actually sat down and thought about it and asked yourself how it makes any sort of sense, to me, I think it appeals to the self-loathing that some of us have about each other. We're so terrible, and it appeals to that sort of self-pitying, self-loathing aspect of our psyche, and at the same time appeals to our desire to still be loved despite our faults. That there's someone that, even though, yes, we do suck terribly and all of these inescapable problems that we have with ourselves, that there's still someone that's going to love us anyway. but I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense. We're not wicked, and we're not all good. We are a little bit of both. This, I think, directly clashes with a lot of the fundamentalist interpretations of the Bible. So please explain it to me how your belief in this makes any sense at all. Have a nice day. Honest Discussioner, out.